What's up?
Oh, I'm just compiling all the top sports scores, news, and odds so I can make the very best bets.
Me too. BetOnline.ag.
Join today and receive your 50% welcome bonus at betonline.ag.
10 picks in the books. We now know the Patriots draft class of 2019. I'm Alex Barth, along with Evan Lazar from Gillette Stadium. This is a special draft edition of the Foxboro Report, powered by betonline.ag. Visit clnsmedia.com/win today and use the promo code CLNS50 for 50% cash back. Evan, they came in with 12 picks. They leave with 10. We'll start right there. Are you surprised that number's as high as it is?
No, I'm not. I think I kind of thought 8 to 10 was probably going to be the sweet spot. I thought maybe it would be closer to 8. I think we all kind of expected them to trade a pick for a veteran player, whether it be a tight end or maybe a tackle, something like that, that the trade obviously yet hasn't come to fruition. So I think that's a little bit of a surprise that they didn't ship one of these picks off like they have so many times in the past for a veteran player.
Although Nick Caserio did say when he spoke to us after the draft wrapped up that, they take into account coming into the draft how many roster spots they have.
Yeah, he said they have about
looking like
80 spots right now, and they're starting to sign the undrafted guys, the undrafted rookies. So you're probably at the end of an undrafted class, you get, I don't know, about another 8 or 9 guys.
Right. So
really looking at a
right
couple.
Yeah. But, the point I want to make is that they did not do this haphazardly. They made all 10 picks knowing that they could budget that many roster spots.
Yep.
Here we are. What was the most surprising pick for you they made?
Oh, the punter.
The punter.
I mean,
which we discussed on another video, clnsmedia.com.
Nice play.
Thank you.
I think the punter was the biggest surprise. I think the disappointing part of this draft, if there was one, was we came out of the gate hot. The first 2 days, if you were going to ask me what was my draft grade after the first 3 rounds, I would have said an A.
Right. I had them at an A- at that point.
I said I would have had them at an A. They got their playmaker in N'Keal Harry. They got a pass rusher in Chase Vunovich. They got a guy in Joejuan Williams who they just love as an organization, and I'm going to trust the scouting on that one. And they also got Damian Harris, who might not be the playmaker or the pass catcher that everybody wanted, but he's another cog in the offense, right? Another guy that is going to contribute. I think from day one, they had 5 guys in this draft in the first 3 rounds that I think are going to be contributors in 2019.
That's my next question to you is, who makes the biggest impact year one?
I think it's ultimately going to be N'Keal Harry, because when you take a receiver at 32,
right, he better matter.
He better matter, and you're going to try to make him matter, right? This guy's going to be a big part of the offense, you have to think. Obviously, we know that Caserio came up here and gave the whole, he's really no different than any other draft pick. We're going to get him in the program. We're going to see how it goes. Let's be honest, Josh McDaniels is already in the back drawing up plays for N'Keal Harry and Julian Edelman right now. So that pick has to hit. They have to make that one work, at least for the 2019 season, to get where they want to go.
So I think Harry will make a difference, but with the Patriots, it's so based on formation and how many chances will he get out there on the field. And they're going to try to give him a lot, but a guy I think will really step in and make an impact year one is Chase Winovich. Winovich, I think, looking at his tape, he just looks NFL ready. I think that they do have a knack for sort of sliding pass rushers in and getting them going quickly, getting them adjusted. And it's a spot where they're going to need guys they can plug and play. Having lost a guy like Trey Flowers, they always tend to get hit with injuries at that position. It's an injury-prone position. I think he's going to have a number of chances to contribute early to this team. So, but those are the top 2. They're neck and neck for me.
So I would say, that the top 4 picks are all going to contribute. Maybe Yadni Kajus ends up being more of a reserve player.
I think he's important in that he's the swing tackle. He's going to play an important role, but I don't know that he's necessarily getting a
I don't know if we're giving him
reps.
credit for being a day 1 contributor. Then on day 3 of the draft, I feel like we really got into.
They took some risks.
I think we got into the Bill Belichick twilight zone a little bit there, and that's when they picked the Denmark guy, the offensive lineman, Yadni.
No, Yadni is West Virginia. I'm sorry, Yelda Froholt.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
I saw you watching the tape. This guy is now the biggest Yelda.
It's not because I don't know how he plays. It's because I can't pronounce his damn name.
But I'm just saying you should learn because you're clearly a big fan. Did you get your Yelda Froholt jersey yet?
Yelda, no. but that's a cool jersey to have. It's a cool name.
Certainly.
Yelda, I think, is a guy that will push Ted Karras for the backup swing guard, whatever you want to call it. Guy that can play all three spots. I think they really like this kid. Brett Bielema, was working with him a lot at Arkansas, recruited him to Arkansas. They know a lot about him. So I think that he is going to be on the roster. I just don't know if he's necessarily going to play a role. Jared Stidham, we obviously know about him. What he's going to do is going to be the backup quarterback, maybe the third string quarterback, and we'll see what happens. Then we got into the real twilight zone.
Yeah.
And this is when, they kind of, in my opinion, punted the rest of the draft after they took
well
Stidham.
done. Well, look,
right?
And we talked about it before. They only had so many roster spots, and you can only keep so many guys. And just to kind of
Yelda.
Froholt. There you
Nailed
go.
it.
To put the bow on it, recapping the draft, there's the guys I like to call the day 4 guys, the undrafted free agents.
Yeah.
We're recording this right after the draft, so there's still some names coming in, but I know there's one that you're really excited about.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers from NC State. The NFL, for some reason, other than maybe Ryan Finley, who went about where everybody expected, but Jacoby Myers I thought would get drafted. Kelvin Harmon, who went in the 6th round, I thought would get drafted a lot sooner than that. Basically, the point is the league wasn't as high on the NC State offense as maybe some of the people on the internet were. So, therefore, I think that they got a little bit of a steal with Jacoby Myers, who I wouldn't be surprised if they had a draftable grade on this guy. He is a big slot receiver. He has a lot of size to him, a contested catch ability. He can get open at the top of the route using that big frame to kind of box people out and stuff like that. And at NC State, they used him in a lot of different ways and moved him around the slot, left, right slot, and also just kind of ran him on a lot of different types of routes, some downfield routes, some crossing routes, some little screens, that kind of stuff. Get the ball in his hands. He can make some plays. I think that he has a really good chance to make the roster, honestly.
All right, let us know your thoughts on the 2019
Yelda
Patriots draft class. Hey, there you go. He got it. Let us know your thoughts on the 2019 Patriots draft class down below or on Twitter at PatriotsCLNS, and you can find all of our draft coverage from throughout the weekend on CLNSmedia.com and on the CLNS YouTube page. It's all been brought to you by betonline.ag. Visit CLNSmedia.com/win today and use the promo code CLNS50 for 50% cash back. From Gillette Stadium, for Evan Lazar, I'm Alex Barth. Thanks for watching.